So a very good afternoon to all of you. Hope you are all fine at your places. Now today I am here with you, the continuation part that we have started a few days back, that is a generating station, and we are discussing about the generating stations, or these type of stations are also known as power stations. And in generating stations or power stations, the one form of energy is converted into the electrical energy that I have explained to you in my previous lectures. In my previous lecture, we will discuss about the hydroelectric power plant. Now, in case of an hydroelectric power plant, the hydro energy is converted into electrical energy, and you see from the presentation that how the hydro energy can convert it into the electrical energy. By falling the water from a certain height, the potential energy of the water is converted into the kinetic energy, and after that this kinetic energy of the water strikes the turbines of the blade, and the blades of the turbine will start rotating. And since this blade or a turbine is coupled with the shaft with the alternator, and hence the alternator will start revolving. And according to the Faraday law of electromagnetic induction, whenever there is a change in the magnetic flux, and EMF is induced, and by the means of this thing this electricity will be produced. And after that, this electricity or this electrical power can be step up with the help of step up transformers, and it can be transmitted with the help of transmission lines, the transmission network, to the grid station. And after that, this grid will be connected to some, you can say that, the substation. And after that, this substation can step down the power and ultimately distributes the power to the receiving end. So this is all about, you can say that, the generating part. Now today I am dealing with you the another generating station, and this type of generating station is known as thermal power plant. Now this is the picture of a thermal power plant, and as the name seen, that is thermal power plant, that means the thermal energy is converted into the electrical energy. Now in case of a thermal power plant, what will be happen? Basically we are using here a boiler, and in case of a boiler there is a water, and we converted this water into high pressure steam. And after that, this high pressure steam is strike the blades of the steam turbine, and the steam turbine will start rotating. And when this turbine is coupled with an alternator, and the same means the alternator will start rotating, and hence the electricity will be generated. Now, in this presentation, we will discuss about what do you mean by thermal power plant, what are the advantages of thermal power plant, what is the disadvantages of the thermal power plant, what is the site specification of thermal power plant, and how the power can be generated in the case of a thermal power plant, or you can say that what are the various parts of a thermal power plant. Clear? Anybody having any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay. Now, when I continue about the thermal power plant, so a thermal power station is a power station in which the heat energy is converted into the electrical power. In most, a steam-driven turbine converts heat energy into mechanical power as an intermediate to electrical power. So when the water is heated, it turns into the steam, and this steam drives the steam turbine, which drives an electrical generator. So you can say that, as I have already explained to you, in case of a thermal power plant, the water is heated, and when the water is heated, it is converted into the steam, and this steam is passed through a pipe, is flowing on a steam turbine. And when that steam, and then the steam turbine starts rotating, and when the steam turbines start rotating, it is coupled with the alternator, and the alternator start producing electricity. So this is ultimately what do you mean by this thermal power plant. After it passes through the turbine, the steam is condensed in a condenser, and recycled to where it is heated. It is also known as the Rankine cycle. The greatest variation in the design of thermal power station is due to the different heat sources like fossil fuel, nuclear energy, solar energy, biofuel,
सर
and
आवाज कट रही है सर.
so as I have told you that in case of thermal power plant, the fuel is heated inside the boiler and water is placed inside the boiler. Now the water is get converted into the steam, and this high pressure steam is when passed through the steam turbine, it start rotating. Now this turbine is coupled with the alternator, and hence the alternator start producing electricity. So this is all about you can say that the thermal power plant, how a thermal power plant can work. Now, before discussing about the advantages and the disadvantages of the thermal power plant, let us we have a small video for you people. You can watch this video carefully, and it is basically the overview of a thermal power plant, so you can better understand what do you mean by this thermal power plant. So watch this video carefully.
A thermal power plant converts the chemical energy stored in fossil fuels into electrical energy that can be used in our homes and business houses. Let's try to understand this process of energy conversion. First, the coal is ground to find powder which burns faster and thus produces more heat. After grinding, hot air is passed through the coal to remove moisture from it. This pulverized coal is then blown into the boiler, where it burns, converting its chemical energy into heat energy. This burning of coal produces ash and exhaust gases. The ash falls to the bottom of the boiler and is removed by the ash outlet systems. Collected ash is usually then sold to building industries, where it is used as an ingredient in various building materials like concrete, etc. The high temperature of the boiler converts the water present in tubes into steam. The hot steam expands in the pipes, which further leads to high pressure. This high pressure steam is then used to rotate the turbine, converting the heat energy generated in the boiler into mechanical energy. A shaft connects the steam turbine to the generator. This shaft transfers the turbine motion to the generator. The generator uses an electromagnet to convert this mechanical energy into electrical energy. After passing through the turbine, the steam comes in contact with cold water pipes. These cold pipes cool the steam so that it condenses back into water, which is then piped back to the boiler where it can be used again. In coastal stations, this cold water is pumped straight from the sea. Finally, a transformer converts the electrical energy at a low voltage from the generator to a high voltage. The national grid uses these high voltages to transmit electricity efficiently through the power lines to different power stations, which further transmits it to our homes and business houses.
So this is all about some you can say that the simulation mode in which you are seeing how the power will be generated in case of a thermal power plant. And you can see in this video that the first of all the coal is pulverized, that is coal can be grinded into a small pieces, and after that this coal is injected into the boiler so that the boiler get excessive heat in order to get a heat energy from the coal burning, and this heat energy can be used to boil the water and it's reduced to the steam. So when the water is converted into the steam is having a high pressure. This high pressure steam is then strike to the steam turbine, and when the steam turbine starts rotating, it is coupled with the alternator, and the alternator start producing electricity. So when the alternators start producing electricity, so in that case, the heat energy, or you can say that the fuel energy of the coal is converted into the electrical energy. And after this electrical energy we can receive at thermal power plant, it can be stepped up with the help of a transformers using step up transformer, and it can be transmitted and distributed to the various ends. So this is all about the overview of the thermal power plant, that how the power can be generated in case of a thermal power plant. Now, if I talking about the advantages of the thermal power plant, so the thermal power plant has initial cost less as compared to the hydroelectric generating station. That means,
आवाज कट रही है, आवाज कट रही है.
so if I talk about the advantages of a thermal power plant, so the chief advantage of the thermal power plant is that the initial cost for making the plant is low as compared to the cost required for making the hydroelectric power plant. For example, you can say that in case of hydroelectric power plant, the cost required for making the hydroelectric power plant is more as compared to the thermal power plant. But if I say the running cost of the hydroelectric power plant is almost equal to zero, but the running cost for the thermal power plant is very, very high. The reason being, in case of an hydroelectric power plant, there is no such fuel is required. We are required only the water, and this water is basically a renewable source of energy. Whereas in case of a thermal power plant, no doubt the initial cost is low, but its running cost is high, because in order to work this thermal power plant, we are required a fuel, and the fuel that we can use is basically the coal. And this coal is what exactly? It is a non-renewable source of energy. So when you talk about you can say that the cost in case of its initial investment and in case of its running investment. So initial investment in case of thermal power plant is low as compared to the hydroelectric power plant, but the running cost is high as compared to the hydroelectric power plant. Second, it required less space as compared to the hydroelectric power station. The reason being, for making the hydroelectric power station, you are required a dam, you are requiring a powerhouse. But in case of a thermal power plant, you are not requiring any dam. So the cost, you can say that the space required for the thermal power plant is very, very low as compared to the space required for hydroelectric power plant. The fuel cost is less as compared to the gas. Again, gas is something like petroleum product, so you can say that its running cost as compared to the hydroelectric power plant is high, but it is low as compared to your petroleum product. So when I talk about, or when I discuss about the diesel power plant or a gas power plant, so you can see the running cost of diesel power plant or a gas power plant is very, very high as compared to the thermal power plant. Huge amount of power can be generating through thermal power plant. This is the one of the most common, or you can say that the chief advantage of thermal power plant, that is huge amount of energy can be generated, and the cost of generation is less as compared to the diesel power station. So these are certain advantages of a thermal power plant. So by adopting these advantages, we can install a thermal power plant and generate electricity by converting the fuel energy into the electrical energy. So coming to the disadvantages of the thermal power plant, the running cost, as I had already explained to you, the running cost of the thermal power plant is very, very more as compared to the hydro power station, that I can already explain to you in a better way. It pollutes the atmosphere because as you know, in case of a thermal power plant, the fuel energy is converted into the electrical energy, and what will be happen? The fuel is pulverized, that is the coal is pulverized and get ignited. So when the coal is ignited, it creates certain flue gases, it creates certain ashes. So these flue gases is ultimately pollutes the atmosphere, that will be causes an air pollution or a water pollution. So this is the one of the most disadvantage for the thermal power plant. Maintenance cost is more. As we know, in case of a thermal power plant, there are a lot number of machineries involved. So that is why maintenance cost is more. Skilled persons are required for erecting and maintaining the power station. We are required a skilled labor for working in thermal power plant or for erection and commissioning of thermal power plant. Land requirement for the storage of coal and ash handling product is very, very high as compared to the hydroelectric power plant. So these are certain disadvantages of a thermal power plant. So I will tell you one thing about that. Most of the time we are not use thermal power plant due to the lot of pollution exists. But where we have some topological conditions where we have not water, abundantly water available, so in that case we are using a thermal power plant. So these are basically the advantages and the disadvantages of the thermal power plant. Clear? So now there is one more video. That video is basically on working of thermal power plant. The first video that I have discussed with you is basically the overview of the thermal power plant. Now in this video we have the various parts of the thermal power plant. You can watch this video and mind it, after watching this video your all the concepts will be related to the thermal power plant will be clear. And after that, on my second lecture on thermal power plant, I will discuss one by one the parts of the thermal power plant. So before discussing what are the various parts of the thermal power plant, we are knowing how the power can be generated in thermal power plant, but what are the various components, what are the various parts of thermal power plant? So before discussing these parts that I preferably will be discussed on my next lecture, you can watch this video and get an idea how a thermal power plant can work, how the electrical energy can be generated in thermal power plant, and what are the various components or the parts of thermal power plant. So you can watch this video carefully.
Discuss the topic explanation of thermal power plant with schematic block diagram. Now we know that thermal power plant or any power plant is a place where generation of electricity takes place. So what happens exactly in the thermal power plant or steam power plant? So in thermal power plant or steam power plant, the heat energy of coal combustion gets converted into electrical energy. So this is the basic concept behind thermal power plant or steam power plant. That is, the heat energy of coal combustion is getting converted into electrical energy. So here we are using coal as a fuel. Okay, so coal is used as a fuel in thermal power plant or steam power plant. So what exactly happens? So we know that whenever we want to generate electrical power, we require a machine, and that machine is called as generator or alternator. Now generator and alternator is a machine which converts mechanical energy into electrical energy. So mechanical energy is required to rotate the turbine. So for rotation we require mechanical energy. So steam can be used as a mechanical energy if we convert the steam into high pressure steam. So that high pressure steam can be used to rotate the turbine. But how to generate the steam then? So generate the steam, we know we have to raise the temperature of water, and then water will get boiled, and finally we will be having the steam. Now to raise the temperature of water we require heat. Now how that heat can be produced? So the heat can be produced by using the coal combustion. So burning of coal takes place. So after burning of coal we get heat, and that heat then converts water into steam. So what exactly happened in the thermal power plant? So we will take a look at the schematic block diagram. Here we can see the simple or easy way or schematic block diagram of thermal power plant or steam power plant. So there are different units in the thermal power plant. So we will discuss every unit one by one. So first of all, we are having coal storage. So we know that we have to store the coal. Okay. So coal is transported from the coal mines through rail or road, and then it gets stored in the coal storage plant. Then from that coal storage plant, the coal is transferred to the coal handling plant. Now in the coal handling plant, what happens? The coal is getting converted into pulverized coal. So it crushed into small powder so that the rate of combustion can increase. And then that pulverized coal or the coal powder is sent to boiler. The boiler is very important unit of thermal power plant. So in the boiler, the coal combustion takes place, the heat gets generated, and then that heat is used to raise the temperature of water, and then water get converted into steam. So boiler is the heart of thermal power plant. It's a very, very important unit in case of thermal power plant. So in boiler, we know what will be the inputs for this boiler. So for the boiler, we will be having the first input, that is the pulverized coal. Then we must have the water. Then that water will get converted into steam. Then that steam which is generated in the boiler is going to the steam turbine. Okay. So that steam is again superheated. After generating in the boiler, the steam gets superheated, and then it is converted into high pressure steam. And then that high pressure steam is evaporated on the steam turbine, and steam turbine rotates. So as you see, the steam turbine is rotating. When steam turbine rotates, the steam turbine is mechanically coupled with the alternator. So alternator also rotates, and when alternator rotates, it converts that mechanical energy into electrical energy. Then that electrical energy is then step up by using the step up transformer, and then it is transported to the or connected to the grid. Okay. So this is the function of boiler and steam turbine and alternator. Then what happens? Then after getting the work done in the steam turbine, the pressure of the steam get reduced, and then that steam is sent to the condenser. In the condenser, the water is sprinkled on that steam, so that the steam is again getting converted into water, and then that same water is again fed to the boiler. So that water is being reused. Okay, so before we reuse it, we have to use one unit that is called as condenser. So in the condenser, water is again converted into steam, and then it is sent to the boiler by using boiler feed pump. Next, after combustion of coal, we know that various flue gases get generated. So that flue gases has to be taken care of. And also, after the coal combustion, the ash get generated. So we have to take care of that ash also. So that's why the ash from the boiler is transported to the ash handling plant, where the proper disposal of ash takes place. Okay. Now, there are certain units which increases the efficiency of thermal power plant. So the first unit is called as air preheater and then economizer. So what happened? So to increase the rate of combustion in the boiler, we have to use water. We have to sprinkle water on that so that we increase the rate of combustion. So we have to use air to increase the rate of combustion. So that air which is being used for the in the boiler, the temperature of air is increased by using the heat of that flue gases. So before flue gases exposed in the atmosphere through chimney, the heat is being extracted by air preheater, and the temperature of air increases, and then that air is used in the boiler. Similarly, the water which is fed to the boiler, the temperature of that water is also increased by using the heat of the flue gases. So basically, economizer and air preheater, these two units increase the efficiency. They extract the heat from flue gases so that the rate of combustion increases. Okay. So this is the complete working of thermal power plant. So this is the schematic block diagram, and the simple block diagram is given here. So here the water can be taken from river or lake. So always you will find the river or lake beside thermal power plant. So I hope you understand the basic concept behind thermal power plant or steam power plant. Okay. So please like, share and subscribe for any query.
So this is all about the thermal power station. So what do you mean by this thermal power station? So in this video, you can see all the parts of the thermal power plant, that how the thermal power plant can actually work, and what are the various parts of this thermal power plant. So in my next lecture, I will discuss with you all the parts that I had that you have seen in your video, like condenser, like air preheater, like economizer, like ash and coal and ash handling plant, turbine, and all that. I think this video is clear to all of you. And now if anybody is having any doubt, he or she can ask me. Anybody is having any doubt? So this is all about on today's lecture, where we have discussed about the working of thermal power plant, what are the advantages and the disadvantages of the power plant, the overview of thermal power plant, and the working of this thermal power plant. Now in my next video or next lecture, I will discuss with you the parts of the thermal power plant, the specifications, or you can say that the site selection of the thermal power plant. So thank you so much for today's lecture.